You are watching Political Point Magazine. Where the right is right and the left, well, the left is always on the wrong side of history. Why? Because political minds want to know. So enjoy a conservative point of view. And let's talk pea soup. With tonight's top stories. Well, Attorney General, it's about time. Attorney General Eric Holder resigns. Goodbye and good riddance. Yes, we will examine his tenure and talk about things here. And Obama takes the case for fighting ISIS to the UN. And on that note, my friends, we Obama also admits that the terror threat was ISIS threat was underestimated, and he blames the intel for it. This is so Obama, blame everybody but himself. Yep. And also, Al-Qaeda fighters arise and target the U.S. Who would have seen this coming? And also, we have a homegrown terror threat. ISIS-inspired beheading in Oklahoma. And also, I know the candidates are gathering up for the presidency, but we have a report that shows that Hillary flunks the commander-in-chief test. Right, we will talk about all this and more with you, the viewers, and take it to the phones. And on this Monday, the 29th of September, welcome, my friends. Again, here we are once again. Welcome to another episode of Political Point Magazine. I am your humble host, William Mitro. Alright, thanks everybody for tuning in tonight. Alright, and on the agenda, yes. Well, it's about time something happened. Okay, because we now know that things are ginning up, and we are getting so bogged down in this crisis and stuff. But now the writing was on the wall for Attorney General Eric Holder. That's right, my friends. Public enemy number one, Eric Holder. That's right. Okay, Eric Holder has announced that he is stepping down. All right, and yep, I say goodbye and good riddance. All right. Yep, but recently, okay, from Eric Holder's nearly 6 years in as the nation's 82nd Attorney General, okay, reveal how deeply deeply personal his tenure has been. Okay, in in Philadelphia last year, Eric Holder spoke to 17 former convicts who were reporting on their post-prison progress to a federal district judge. All right. Then, okay, then now, and this is what he said. He says, "I grew up in a neighborhood in Queens, New York, where guys like you would have been my boys." Oh, really? Oh, God. No, but this guy is really public enemy number one. And in regards to race in America, he referred to the U.S. as a nation of cowards. Right. Okay. Now, and notably, the Fast and Furious scandal also was a big top issue under this guy. Okay. And also, okay, there's been so many scandals. The IRS scandal, which he has not investigated thoroughly. Okay, and Lois Lerner, who was targeting conservative groups, right, for political gain. All right, and this is just ridiculous. Okay, and also he was also attacking news reporters too. The DOJ attacked James Rosen, claimed that he was a involved in a conspiracy in reporting, and also this guy promised to attack Wall Street or fix the mess in Wall Street, but no, he made friends with the Wall Street criminals, all right, and also helped the banks, all right, okay. You remember the Bernie Madoff scandal? Okay. Now, this guy, Eric Holder, was involved in helping J.P. Morgan Chase, the bank that actually was Bernie Madoff's bank, in which he put all of his Ponzi scheme, I would say, stealings, right? So, in other words, he protected the banks, okay? The Eric Holder, the Attorney General of the United States, protected the banks that helped Bernie Madoff in his Ponzi scheme, all right? And so this is a Attorney General that is not looking out for the American people. All right, justice is not served, or justice was not served under this Attorney General, and also we still have open borders, right? Our porous borders, right, led to the flood of minors coming across the border into the United States, right? Okay. Now, in the Fast and Furious scandal, all right, the Attorney General, okay, the United States government was trafficking guns to the Mexican drug cartels, right? Now, Eric Holder denies any knowledge of this, but it was directly an Eric Holder scandal. All right. And those same guns were guns that killed one of our Border Patrol agents. Okay? And the parents And the parents of that Border Patrol agent didn't find out about it from Eric Holder. They found out about it by watching the news. All right. So this whole tenure of Eric Holder here, and now he's stepping down. Okay, it's been disaster. And number one, Eric Holder attacked the states. Okay, Arizona put forth their own immigration laws, right, and voter ID laws, and stuff. And then Eric Holder sued Arizona for making their own immigration laws, and protecting their state. So Eric Holder sued Arizona, which I think is ludicrous. All right. And also, Eric Holder didn't do anything about the new Black Panther Party intimidating voters at the voting polls. Right. So this guy, I think it's good that he's leaving. It's very, very good that he's leaving. Now there is said to, now with our president now being a lame duck here. Okay, our president is a lame duck president now, and it just goes to show you, I mean, Eric Holder in the Fast and Furious scandal was held in contempt of Congress for not giving documents about the Fast and Furious scandal in to the Oversight Committee, right? So Eric Holder, the first Attorney General to be held in contempt of Congress. All right. Now, mind you, also Eric Holder is the guy that was in the Justice Department under Bill Clinton, under President Clinton. And this is the guy that pushed through the pardon of the FLAN terrorists. These were guys that were building bombs near the Capitol to blow up Washington, right? And Eric Holder convinces Clinton to pardon these guys. All right, this is not a good guy by any sense of the word. We were in serious trouble under Eric Holder. All right, now, and supposedly he did a lot for the Civil Rights Division of the Justice of the DOJ, right? Well, that's not true at all either. He politicized the race issue. When it came to Trayvon Martin, he politicized everything. And then that recent kid that got shot in Ferguson that got shot by police officer, all right? And then he goes down there to conduct another investigation, and then the administration politicizes the funeral by sending White House officials down there, and also Al Sharpton went down there. All right, and speaking of Al Sharpton is said to have a say in picking Eric Holder's replacement, which I don't think he's gonna have any say in it. All right, now Eric Holder was the worst Attorney General of our history. There, and I say goodbye and good riddance, Mr. Attorney General. All right, you are not the man to lead us. All right. Okay. Now, but coming across some other news here. All right. President Obama now takes the case to President Obama now takes the case for fighting ISIS to the UN. All right, and as such now, we have a lame duck president. Okay, mind you. Okay. Oh, also another thing on Benghazi. Okay, on Benghazi. All right. The Attorney General. The Attorney General did not do good in fighting in investigating that either. Okay, so everything under Eric Holder has been a disaster. Much like President Obama's presidency, it's been a disaster. All right, it's been one disaster after another. Okay, now Eric Holder, public enemy number one. All right. It's just, here he goes trampling over the states and suing Arizona for making their own immigration laws and protecting their borders and stuff. And then this guy we have, we are not safe. We were not safe under Eric Holder. Okay, and I say goodbye, good riddance to Eric Holder. All right, and now we are dealing with ISIS here. Okay, and with that underway, now Obama goes to the UN and and says that we need to get the coalition against ISIS. All right, so Obama goes to the UN, all right, and takes the case for the ISIS for fighting ISIS here, all right, and so which is all good, all right, okay, but there is skepticism over his plan. Okay, he keeps on saying there will be no boots on the ground, no combat operation on the ground, which has led to the even the generals on the ground are saying that you can't fight ISIS, you can't destroy ISIS without boots on the ground. All right, and so, which leads me to believe that Obama now has gotten himself way in a mess here. All right, now Obama is Obama went on 60 Minutes, right? Okay, and he is blaming Clapper or the intel on the vast underestimation of ISIS. And it strikes me as funny because because we just had a warning from the Prime Minister of Iraq, the Prime Minister of Iraq. We had a warning that the ISIS was targeting that ISIS was working on a plot to attack our railways, our trains in New York and stuff like that. Okay, and then ISIS comes out with a tape. Okay, then ISIS comes out with a tape.
Not been thwarted.
Okay, But then ISIS comes out with a tape saying that they're gonna attack the homeland. They're gonna attack in the U.S. our trains and subways and stuff like that, which is very eerie. All right, but on this note, my friends, okay, Obama is playing the blame game. That's right, Obama is playing the blame game. And you want to know, what he's doing? All right. Let me get to this. Let me get to this because ISIS is now a bigger threat than Al Qaeda, which reminds me, Al Qaeda. Obama doesn't want to call this a war, right? He refuses dramatically to call this a war that we're fighting. Okay, he refuses to call it a war on terror. All right, but hello, Obama, we are still fighting the war on terror. Okay, you may have gotten Osama bin Laden, but you haven't destroyed his Al Qaeda network, because Al Qaeda has risen. That's right, Al Qaeda has risen. All right. Now, under your presidency, Mr. Obama, you have made us less safe. All right. For example, all right, we just have a tape now of a security breach. That's right, a security breach. Did you hear about this? All right. Did you hear about this, Obama? Apparently, somebody jumped the fence of the White House, right? Somebody jumped the fence of the White House, okay?
He got inside much,
and you can see him right here, all right? There was a security breach at the White House, all right? Okay, and you can see him right there, okay? He jumped the fence, and then he got in to he jumped the fence, and then he got in to the White House and to the mansion area, and oh my gosh, let me show you the chart over here, because this, my friends, is quite amazing. Okay, but we see now there was an intruder. Okay, and but I want to show you the charts of the rooms and stuff that he got into. All right. So but the rooms and stuff that he got into. All right, and it's quite interesting. He jumped over the fence and then came into. Okay, he came into. He comes in through the front entrance. Okay. He comes in through the front entrance right there, okay, and then it said that he went into the to the east room, but then he was greeted by the Secret Service and security detail in there, but somehow this guy jumped the fence and managed to get in there, and there's reports that he did go further in there, but but under this presidency, we are less safe now than ever before. All right, but I would ask why Obama now, okay, why Obama just can't call it what it is. We are at war with ISIS. Okay, even John Kerry called it a war on ISIS. His own Secretary of Defense called it a war on ISIS. All right, but let me show
President himself.
Okay, but let me show you this. The president himself, okay, But the president now admits on 60 Minutes that he that we that they underestimated the ISIS terror threat. All right, but but really. But here, Obama is actually blaming the intel, or the So Obama takes the fight, but okay, yeah. But whoops, hold up a second. That's not the one. That's not the scripts here. Okay, but anyhow, we want to take this. Okay, but now let's take a look at this. Okay, Obama goes on 60 Minutes, right, and he blames the intel. All right, yeah, okay, but take a look at this. Okay, here it is. All right, take a look at this.
Take personal responsibility.
How did they end up where they are in control of so much territory? Was that a complete surprise to you?
Well, I think our head of the intelligence community, Jim Clapper, has acknowledged that I think they underestimated what had been taking place in Syria.
Republicans charge.
Wait a minute here. Wait a minute. This is a case of blame everybody but yourself, Mr. President. All right? Yeah, that's right. Okay? It's your fault, Mr. President. Okay? Now, you knew about ISIS for well over a year, and you didn't do a thing about it. Right? And here you go on 60 Minutes blaming the underestimation. Okay? You underestimate, you say they underestimated the terror threat, the ISIS. You know, no, Mr. President. Listen here. All right, now. You were getting briefings. You were getting briefings, and yet you, for a whole year, after 2011, when you pulled our troops out of Iraq, all right, you were getting briefings. For a whole year after that, okay, you knew about ISIS going back in there, all right, and then, but now you go on a news network and you openly say that it's their fault, it's the intelligence community's fault. Excuse me, Mr. President, is this another intelligence failure? I think not. Okay. Now, Mr. President, now, it is clearly the fault of your own of this, all right? This underestimation. You know, I don't buy it, Mr. President. I don't buy it. Okay? I really don't buy it because all throughout your presidency, you have made us less safe. All right? And by the way, with our porous borders now, okay, the terrorists can come through our borders. Right? This is why we need the Republicans to take control of the Senate. All right? And this is going to be another issue with Eric Holder leaving now. There is several people being listed in the paper for Eric Holder's replacement here. All right, now take a listen to this. Massachusetts Governor Deval Patrick. Are you kidding me? What does he know about under Deval Patrick? Massachusetts is like really scandalous. All right. Let's see. Donald Donald Verrilli is another name that's being tossed out there. All right, he is the U.S. Solicitor General. Okay. Let's see. This is the guy that argued many cases before the U.S. Supreme Court for the administration. Okay. Another person that's being Kamala Harris, the California Attorney General, okay, would be the first female Attorney General and the first African American female and first Asian American AG in the state. Okay. Now, also, Catherine Rimler is another name being tossed out there. But anyway, she was she departed as the White House counsel last year. All right, but so there's a lot riding on things now, and as we go into the season here, the session here, there's a lot taking place here that people don't know about. All right, and with all of this piling up now, we actually have a homegrown threat. All right, yeah. Get a load of this. Okay, I'm gonna put this in my Political Point magazine's political point of vision. All right. So now I got a couple things to bring up in this segment right here before I get to the phone lines. Okay, but we have a homegrown threat. All right, get this, my friends, a homegrown threat. This guy is this guy is the guy that beheaded, did an ISIS-style beheading, okay, an ISIS-style beheading in Oklahoma, okay. Now, Oklahoma Twister took her house, and a local maniac took her life. All right. Now, Colleen Hufford, the 54-year-old woman who was savagely beheaded by this dangerous coworker. Okay. Now, mind you, all throughout the Obama presidency, they have been calling situations like this, you know, where somebody just goes off and kills somebody. They have been calling that workplace violence, right? Which is sadly stupid. All right, sadly stupid. All right, because you should call it what it is. And now the authorities in Oklahoma are calling it what it is. They are calling this guy a terrorist. All right, and this guy beheaded his coworker, right? Which is sad, so sad. All right, okay, but now, now this guy was working at Vaughn Foods, okay, when a deadly tornado tore through Moore, Oklahoma. All right, last year at the now, but the food plant proved to be no sanctuary Thursday when Alton Nolan stormed inside and attacked Hufford, okay, with the first person who crossed his path. All right, now, so this guy did an ISIS-style beheading with a knife. Okay, and so my friends, it's the situation has gotten more homegrown. All right, the terrorists are actually in the country right now. All right, and this guy is also said to be shouting praises to Allah Akbar, you know, and stuff. So it's homegrown now, and the threat is here. The threat is here already. You know, ISIS is threatening to attack our subways and stuff like that now, but they're also recruiting Americans, and this guy is already in the country. So we need to watch our backs. Okay, we are living underneath a government that is not protecting us. Is not protecting us, my friends. All right. And this is a terrible situation, mind you. Okay. Now, I want to move on to some other news here. All right. Now, we all remember Benghazi, okay, and how Hillary Clinton was Secretary of State at the time. All right. Now, don't think that just because Hillary was Secretary of State that gives her the proper credentials for being president. No. All right. Now, according to this, we have the results of the Benghazi National Security Test. All right. All right. As far as national security is concerned, all right, Hillary flunks the test. All right. Now, and this is all having to do with Benghazi and how she mismanaged the whole situation. All right. Now, take a listen to this, my friends. All right. Now, Hillary flunks the commander-in-chief test. All right. We do not want this woman to be president. All right. Now, very few candidates for president have the opportunity. Okay. Have the opportunity to experience a dry run at being commander-in-chief, unless they come from a military background. Their ability at command and control remains a question mark, okay, until they are actually put to the test. Okay. Now, and then, as Obama has made clear, it is way too late. All right. All right. Now, Hillary's dismal performance in the Benghazi situation indicates that she leaves much to be desired in this. All right. Now, the most crucial task facing a president, okay, is the security of its people. All right. So now, in this, okay, we mark Benghazi as the total disaster that Hillary failed. Okay. Now, if she can't perform adequately as national security is concerned, then, my friends, she can't protect us. Okay. Now, and she flunks the test. Okay. Now, first off, she ignored the signs of approaching danger. Okay. Now, a good commander-in-chief scans the daily intelligence reports like a corpsman staring at a radar screen. Okay, alert at any blimp that signals approaching danger. All right, but when Ambassador Chris Stevens, who our man at Benghazi, our expert on Libya pleaded for more help, Hillary turned a deaf ear. All right, even when the jihadists tried to assassinate the British ambassador, and the UN and the United Kingdom pulled out all of its diplomatic personnel, Hillary's State Department turned its back on Stevens' requests. Okay, in other words, Christopher Stevens was there at the compound in Benghazi, and he saw that danger was approaching, and he sent messages to the State Department saying that they needed help. They needed more security down here. But the State Department turned a deaf ear to their requests and did not send extra security or extra help. It was all done under Hillary. Okay. Now, indeed, Hillary allowed the 17th Martyrs Brigade to guard the consulate, even though the group had strong ties to the very jihadists who were planning an attack on the consulate. So the people that Secretary of State Hillary Clinton put in there to guard the compound were tied to the very same terror group that attacked the compound. So here's an issue of trust here now too. You cannot trust Hillary with something so fragile as national security. So in other words, if Hillary was president, we would all be screwed. All right, we would all be screwed. Our national security would be in jeopardy. All right? Okay. Now, Hillary's defense that she did not know of the threat indicates, at best, a failure to follow the intel, and at worst, a propensity to ignore it. A president would not have that luxury. All right. So there's an issue of trust, and you can't trust Hillary. It's not gonna work. Okay. No, we do not want Hillary as our president. She's already flunked the National Security Commander-in-Chief test. All right. Now, Hillary's ignorance smacks of possible attitude that security was not her problem. A sense that she was preoccupied with high matters of state and could not be bothered with minor security matters. Those were for the people who could read blueprints, as she suggested. All right, so when she was Secretary of State, national security wasn't her problem, wasn't her issue. So if we can't trust her with the protection and security of ambassadors and people that we have in post in stuff like that all around the world, then we can't trust her to be president in the White House, in the Oval Office. All right, this is not good, my friends. All right, Hillary is not the candidate that you should be voting for. All right, now, and also, it got even worse. All right, when word of the assault reached Washington, Hillary did not maintain operational control and did nothing while the shots were being fired. All right, even as her ambassador was burned alive in Benghazi, there is no record of an anxious Secretary of State badgering her assistants for news, or even of her obsessively following the action. And finally, now, when the attack was over, Hillary appears to have focused mainly on how to avoid triggering political fallout by cooking up that phony story about the anti-Muslim video demonstration gone bad. All right. The Benghazi hearings are in a very real sense about Hillary's capacity for command. And with few enough administrative and fewer still security duties, the question is, how did Hillary handle them? The conclusion becomes inescapable. She flunked. And that, my friends, is why you need to vote Republican. Because if a Republican was president during Benghazi, Chris Stevens would have been alive today. All right, we would have been protected. Okay? And Hillary wouldn't have been Secretary of State. Okay? So, mistake number one, voting Obama in as president. Mistake number two is re-electing the guy. All right? And of course the real big mistake is all of the people that Obama put into his cabinet. All right? We obviously can't trust any of them. All right? And with that, my friends, I will take it to the calls right now. All right? Okay? 272-0319 is the number. What is on your political mind? All right? So, my friends, that is the situation here. All right. Hello, you're on the air. What's on your political mind?
Hey, I wanted to say that Eric did do some good stuff, and then he went in hatred. Will, what I want to say is, you can stand by as a sideliner and say Republicans do best, Democrats do that, but they're the global government. They're the ones with the signs, circles, stripes, stars, eagles, global contracts. They're the ones in special forces. I think we should work for the administration on everybody that's involved today on the goodness that they can do. I do want to say that Barack, said the United States of America is doing most in what America has done after 250 years towards another country. You can just not say America for itself and get the hell out. What I'm saying is they sat back and they did nothing as global occupational other presidents, other cabinets, other parliaments, committees. They all took from the people on the globe. They all took in money, okay? They were elected. They made more money than the globe. Another thing is, Will, is everybody that labors is not getting anything. Women aren't getting equal rights. Why are we fighting for everything over $1.00 that they just get involved in a government? They get put up as higher than the rest of the people on the globe. So when I look at this, I contract the thought, we pay in and you get nothing out. This is going out to the Veterans Administration. That guy that climbed the White House fence,
Yeah.
the woman that crashed the gates of the White House, the man that shot as
Security
a naval
breach.
officer on base. It was all over, not getting after-service pay.
Security breach.
No, but what I'm getting at is they serve every globe on, everywhere on the globe has a militant service that Barack is trying to create global special forces, security, global security. But after you serve your time, after you've done your time, you're consistent nothing. You come out to nothing. No afterpay, no afterpay whatsoever. My dad was, okay, get this, he was the United States Marine Corps Special Forces. He was the Sergeant at Arms between 1968 and 72. During Vietnam, on Christmas in 1968, hey Jude, he had his testicles blown off.
Whoa.
So Raymond Lipscomb picked him up, a cop in Ithaca, New York, on the buddy system. He came home and he still had a child, Will. And then after he got discarded, disarmed, and honorment for serving his country in 1972, he got no after-duty money. He lived his life as an alcoholic in Ithaca, New York, John Lee Forgatch. He lived the street life. I spent my visitation rights with my father going to Gigantic State Park while people were picnicking, and the aftermatter they threw in the garbage, my father would take a fish net and take it home to my grandmother and I for dinner. All he wanted was after-duty pay for everyone. Since World War I, they serve, they enlist, and then it's like they don't exist.
Yeah.
It's all over labor money. All this around the globe is over people that have done their time in laboring and getting nothing. And I'd like to see after-service pay, and everybody, even with FICA, Social Security, at least 10, 20 years I've worked the system and paid in. I'm still denied on owning my own house because of them. You go to the banks and they ask for a cosigner. It's always off someone else, and that's built on like the monetary system since plantation days.
Oh, really?
I'd like to see everybody get an after-duty pay, at least Americans around the globe, so they can direct deposit towards owning a mortgage and owning a house and a business loan. In 1953, Will, women were not allowed to own their own home. In 1967, what I talked about Raymond Lipscomb, that's your statue outside of the unknown, my dad and him.
Yeah, but you know, it is the.
But
you know,
that was the first black man statue.
It was the Republicans that gave women equal rights with men.
According to Republicans, they hated Billie Jean King for having an abortion.
They recognize
They
recognize
hated
women's
Wonder Woman.
They recognize women's
I
suffrage.
don't want to go Democratic Republicans. I want to look at the whole body of government. I'm a diplomatic capitalist. We should all be going along together. Okay? Since Barack came in, we did have equal rights for gays. We need it for women. I'm not looking at a presidency.
We got them for women.
I'm looking at
But look.
immigration, okay? Immigration was 1942.
Yeah, we need to fix our immigration system.
1969 through
We need to fix our immigration system.
silent, okay? If you sneeze once or twice, you were told to go back home, and they'd bomb your country. So they all come here in sovereignty, and then rejected by the government because they work, okay?
Now look, we're still in a post 9/11 world.
The ones
Okay.
that are in our country, 18 to 35,
Listen, I need to move it along.
because they paid the student loans. They pay most of the college and most of the college entities.
All right, my friend.
On these corporation tax frees,
All right,
they
my
don't
friend.
give it back in return.
All right, my friend. Well,
They're not allowed to work at McDonald's.
all right,
I'd
now
like to see
thank you for your call.
anybody
Okay,
that
we need to move it along. Okay, thank you for your call. I need to move it along to the last words of the night. Okay, and the last words of the night come from Bill Maher. All right, take a look.
If vast numbers of Muslims across the world believe, and they do, that humans deserve to die for merely holding a different idea, or drawing a cartoon, or writing a book, or eloping with the wrong person, not only does the Muslim world have something in common with ISIS, it has too much in common with ISIS. It amazes me how here in America we go nuts over the tiniest violations of these values, while gross atrocities are ignored across the world. If we're giving no quarter to intolerance, shouldn't we be starting with the mutilators and the honor killers?
Yes. And that is our show for tonight, my friends. We thank you for watching Political Point Magazine. Follow me on Twitter at WilliamMitro2. And also, watch us on YouTube as well. All right? We thank you for watching Political Point, where the right is right and the left is always on the wrong side of history. Vote Republican. Check us out on the web, facebook.com/PetePolitical, myspace.com/politicalpoints. Email us at politicalpoints@hotmail.com and mccarpet24@hotmail.com, and check out my website on the Elmira City Hall Examiner. Thank you for watching Political Points, where the right is right and the left is always on the wrong side of history.